if you're like millions of Americans, you probably popped a multivitamin this morning, assuming that it was a safe and effective way to stay healthy. But a new study reported this morning on MSNBC.com says some vitamins may actually be hazardous to your health. Like Popeye, many of us need a vitamin supplement to guarantee our daily nutritional needs are being met.
I take vitamins because I don't eat enough vegetables and fruits, so I figure it's a good way to have all the nutrients.
And most people believe if it's on the label, it's in the pill.
Yes, I trust the labels on the bottles.
Most people assume that, labeling for vitamins would be as stringent as it is with food.
ConsumerLab.com independently tested a variety of brands. It found not all delivered what was promised, and one for children contained a potentially harmful amount of a vitamin.
I would be terrified to find out that children were taking vitamins that weren't giving them adequate nutrition and were in fact maybe harming them.
Dr. Todd Cooperman is the president of ConsumerLab.com. Doctor, good morning. Good to have you with us.
Good morning, Matt.
Before we get into the specifics here, isn't there some kind of a regulatory agency that kind of oversees all this?
There is. It's the FDA, but it doesn't have strict regulations, and it doesn't really do a lot of overseeing.
You did some testing, and first we need to talk about your methodology. It was what was called a random test. From my understanding, that means you tested one batch of each of these vitamins, right?
We looked at one lot from each, right?
So is that reliable testing?
No lot should be bad when it comes to vitamins. So, ideally you'd like to look at every lot, but we chose to look at one lot and look at it very carefully.
All right, let's take a look at some of the results now. Lead was found contaminating two different vitamins. One of those meant for women and one for pets. What are we talking about?
Right. Actually, this Vitamin Shop product for women contained a very large amount of lead. It contained actually 15.3 micrograms, which is more than 10 times the amount that they would allow in the state of California.
And the health hazard from that would be what?
For an adult, you just don't want to get lead. For a kid, that would be a toxic amount, but adults, nobody should be getting too much lead in their diet.
All right, and we contacted, or MSNBC.com and the Today Show contacted the makers of the vitamins in question here. David Morrison, Vice President of Scientific and Regulatory Affairs at the Vitamin Shop, responded to us and said his company's products are all tested more than once, including screening for lead. He was surprised by the results. So, is it a chance that there was a problem with your testing in this case?
Highly unlikely. All the results that we're talking about were not only confirmed in one lab, but in a second laboratory as well. And you don't just find lead if it's not there.
All right, let's move on. One children's vitamin, we've got a jar of that right here, exceeded tolerable amounts of the particular vitamin. Now, it's hard to imagine you can do harm by giving too much of a vitamin.
But you can.
All right, and which vitamin are we talking about here?
This is the Yummy Bears.
Okay.
This product actually contained too much vitamin A. Too much vitamin A can actually cause bone weakening, and you actually can get too much of certain vitamins. For children especially, this product had 5,400 IUs of vitamin A. You don't want to exceed 2,000 to 3,000 IUs for kids who are under the age of 8.
Several items were lacking what was listed on the label. Give me two examples of those right there.
Sometimes people think that they can get all their nutrients from a liquid, but this product actually had only half of its vitamin A. This had none of the vitamin A. This is a strip that you put in your mouth.
All right, and some work too late. What do you mean by that?
Too late means that these products will not break apart in your body. They will not release all
they'll be passed through your body before they actually benefit you.
Right, and both this AARP product and this Nature's Plus product also did not break apart fast enough.
This is important that I get this out. AARP responded immediately to us. They said this: we take this matter very seriously. Without seeing this report and without confirming the research, we've pulled this product from the market. Regardless of our findings, we've instructed our service provider to offer a refund to anyone who requested it. Continuing, it's important to note that this product undergoes routine testing by an independent lab. The product was tested on November 7th, 2006, and among the attributes tested was dissolution, and it met FDA requirements. Your response?
It didn't when we tested it in two different laboratories, perhaps a different lot.
Real quickly, does price range affect any of the effectiveness of these products?
You can't always base it on price. In fact, some of the most expensive failed. This is $3 a day. There are some that are under a nickel a day that passed our tests.
All right, Dr. Todd Cooperman, important information. And by the way,